very Christmassy in terms of the weather the last couple of days. Thanks for waking up this morning with us, whether maybe you're heading to work or getting ready to travel this morning. I'm Kelly Dobeck.
And I'm Vic Gideon in for Shannon Smith. First Alert meteorologist Erika Paige. She'll join us in just a moment to tell us about that warm weather. But first, we check the roadways on a pretty light traffic day.
Yeah, the good news.
Yeah, things really aren't too bad for this time of the year. Typically for the end of December, our daytime highs should be right around the upper 30s. That just gives you an idea of where we sit and how unseasonably warm the last couple of days have been. Right now, Cleveland waking up at 53 degrees, Lorain, Elyria 52, Akron, Canton, you're at 48 degrees, Mansfield 50, Worcester 51. So this is a pretty good starting point for a lot of us, even downtown sitting at 54. But the reason I show you this, look at that breeze. It's coming in out of the southeast between about 10 and 15 miles per hour. And certainly we could see some higher gusts as we go through the day today. So I really think in the near term, the gustier conditions likely going to be one of the bigger stories that we have to follow, especially in terms of the weather, as temperatures once again return to the upper 50s. But once we get into this evening, rain returns. We're going to break down that part of the forecast coming up. All right, as we look ahead towards the next couple of days, really things are going to start to turn a bit more active for us. I mean, today, yeah, we've got a couple spotty showers out there this morning, but really I think we're going to get a good couple of hours where things are not going to look too active for us. Yeah, you'll have a little bit of wind. That's maybe the trade-off for having some of these more mild temperatures, but the rain will remain relatively isolated today. So if you're out and about on the roadways, either traveling back from any holiday activities, or maybe you got some of those nice Christmas gifts yesterday and maybe you want to go shopping, spend some of that gift card money, shouldn't run into too many issues here as we go through the early parts of the afternoon. But later this afternoon into this evening, widespread showers start to return, and that could lead to a bit more hiccups, we'll call it, out on the roadways, especially as we go through the second half of today. So first alert Doppler, most of the heavy rain sitting well off towards our east into western Pennsylvania, but we just have a couple of these showers continuing to slip north of I-70. Overall, though, it's a very quiet picture for a lot of us. We'll continue to watch any little bits of rain that continue to move through our area, but again, the bigger batch of rain and really all that moisture sits well to our south. So as a cold front approaches from the west and it teams up with this moisture to the south, that's going to give us the ingredients to really see some of those better opportunities for rain as we go through the later parts of this evening. But stepping out this morning, not bad. Ashtabula, you're at 49 degrees. Akron, Worcester, Mansfield, all at 50. Elyria, 52. Menor, you're also at 52 degrees. Cleveland, 53. So enjoy some of these nice mild temperatures, because as we go through this afternoon, we're headed back for the middle and upper 50s, but it won't last long. We're tracking a bigger change in our temperatures coming up in just a little bit. But Kelly, how are things looking out on the roads?
Erika, but folks maybe for the evening commute might have a different story.
Yeah, that's where things start to get a bit more active for us. So that is a time period where we're going to have to watch the radar pretty closely, and maybe you want to kind of adjust some of those travel plans a little bit more, especially if you don't want to have to deal with some of those rain chances, because they will start to work back in later this evening. Today we get a break from some of the rain. Temperatures are going to be back into the 50s. It's going to feel fantastic across northeast Ohio once again, but enjoy it while it lasts, because things are changing pretty quickly as a cold front sweeps through overnight. It's not only the catalyst to give us those better opportunities for rain, especially as we transition into this evening, but it's also going to bring a big tumble in our temperatures through the remainder of the work week. So you'll see our rain tracker over the next 12 hours. A couple spot showers still out there this morning, but it's going to be very isolated. We'll dry out pretty quickly as we go through the midday time frame. And then by about 4 o'clock, especially for our southern communities, we're starting to increase that rain chance to more widespread opportunities as we go through this evening, as we wait for this next system to roll through. So how much rain are we talking? Overall, not a huge amount for a lot of us. It'll be between about 1/4 to 1/2 of an inch. But if we can get a couple decent downpours or pockets of heavier rainfall, I wouldn't be surprised if some locations picked up just a little over 1/2 of an inch of rain. But again, that's not going to necessarily be for everybody. Here's your future view, and I'm going to show you a wider picture because I realize a lot of folks may be traveling here across a good portion of the Great Lakes region. So you'll see certainly some of the heavier rain continuing to move off to the east, but more rain starts to filter in as we go through the later part of this evening. So if you're traveling down towards Columbus, even Cincinnati, just know you may be dealing with some pockets of reduced visibility, especially as that rain comes down at a heavier clip this evening. But by tomorrow morning, the heaviest of the rain sits off to our east, so really shouldn't have too many concerns if your travel plans say wait until tomorrow. But here's where the trade-off starts to turn back into our forecast. Temperatures, we're going to be back into the mid-40s Wednesday afternoon. Another quick system, the backside of this system really comes through Thursday into Friday, so we'll have to watch for a little bit of light rain. But eyes are really all on the weekend, as we could have a bit of a wintry system coming in to close out 2023.